Humanity's connection with nature has always been a bit complicated. From the Black Plague to Hurricane Katrina, the Earth hasn't always given us what we prayed for. But never before have we had this almost constant access to such a compelling and ubiquitously available alternative reality. A virtual, parallel world. I live here, in Viroqua, Wisconsin, in the Driftless, about 40 minutes south of La Crosse. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, I came here to live with my family. It seemed like it'd be safer than staying in an urban food desert. We have so many organic farms in this region, and of course we've still got a Walmart. For me, quarantine has been a great opportunity to actually think about the way I've been living my life so far. If this pandemic has taught me anything, it's how completely unprepared I am to have my lifeline to the techno-industrial complex cut. Out of the 320 million people who now live in America, how many of us could grow food enough to feed our family for a season, for a winter, for a year? Now, no man is an island, I know. But how prepared would you be emotionally to collaborate with all the people around you, all the people in your community, to grow food together, to prepare it and store it, to resolve conflicts and to support one another? It would be quite a change, don't you think? One mercy of the natural world is that, while nature might not always be very forgiving, she can often be brutally honest. Unlike nature, in the world that we've constructed, there always seem to be these hidden fees, and just because I don't pay the bill today doesn't mean that nobody will ever have to. And I'm not just talking about growing our own food. I mean that when we use cheap energy to outsource our basic survival needs, we lose touch with an integral part of our own strength, and in return, we exacerbate a long, complex process of suffering. If you want to know about what the common good is, let's start with what the common good is not. The techno-industrial complex of our civilization has already gained supremacy around the world and shows no signs of stopping. Every time we buy something that's been shipped or that comes in a package, we're participating in this process of manufacturing, which is almost exclusively fueled by non-renewable fossil fuels. The IPCC, an international panel on climate change organized by the United Nations, is very clear in its scientific assertion that our collective use of carbon-emitting fuels, which are responsible for providing most of our gasoline and electricity, in short, our industry, are driving up the overall temperature of our planet. If we don't change our carbon presence in the next 12 years, we may be facing massive floods, droughts, and food shortages. But wait a second. I don't own a horse. In 2010, after the stock market crash in 2008, my family decided to move out of the suburbs and into the country. My parents decided to buy a house on the edge of town, which they wanted to remodel in order to make it a more beautiful environment. In the process, my dad hired an Amish carpenter who became a good friend of his. When they first bought the property, it was full of GMO corn, but over time, the Amish came and farmed the land cooperatively with my dad, creating a fertile and verdant landscape. In addition to being excellent people and great friends, the Amish are important to be aware of because they are a group of people who are functionally living without electricity. These people mirror back to us that our participation in life-destroying and obsessive-compulsive technology is a learned and rehearsed habit. A habit that, if we chose to change, might not leave us lonely or afraid, but actually more capable of forming community, of working together, of building our skills, and of functioning as a real and interdependent group. I'm not asking you to become Amish or a hippie or anything that you're not at your heart. The more I consider morality, the more I realize that it's a deeply creative act that's capable of bringing us more joy and empowerment. If each of us considers what our values are, we can then apply those values to our problems. I once heard the Amish described as a quiet in the land. May we all find that place in life together. through the unknown, unremembered gate, when the last of earth left to discover is that which was the beginning. At the source of the longest river, the voice of the hidden waterfall, and the children in the apple tree. Not known because not looked for, but heard, half heard, in the stillness between two waves of the sea. Quick now, here, now, always, a condition of complete simplicity, costing not less than everything. And all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, when the tongues of flames are enfolded into the crowned knot of fire, and the fire and the rose are one. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time.